Lynae, the best sub DPS, is finally back, and this video is an updated build guide for her covering everything you need to know about her. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with Lynae's kit. She has two states, normal state and the kaleidoscopic parade state. All of Lynae's damage output and her mobility comes from this kaleidoscopic parade state. She fills her forte bar with most of her attacks, but in most of the teams, her intro skill and resonance skill are used to instantly fill her forte bar. Once the forte bar is filled, her basic attack icon lights up. Holding down the attack button causes Lynae to begin charging. Once the attack is fully charged, Lynae will automatically dash towards the enemy, entering the kaleidoscopic parade state. The forte bar changes along with it, now called as Lumiflow. This bar is instantly filled if you perform the full charge attack. In the open world, Lynae can instantly enter the kaleidoscopic parade state when using the bike after unlocking inherent skill 1. In this state, Lynae starts skating. If you stand still or switch off it, the Lumiflow gauge will decrease. Performing any movement or attack will cause it to refill. When it fills completely, Lynae can skate even faster. You can exit this state by holding the skill button. The jump action in this state is important to Lynae's rotation. Her jump becomes a special basic attack, the Polychrome Leap. Each jump consumes 1/3 of the Lumiflow gauge and can be used up to 3 times. In combat, each one of these attacks grants 1 point of true color up to 3 points. Once you have accumulated these 3 true color points and are in mid-air, you can perform visual impact by pressing the normal attack button or resonance skill. Using it has 2 effects. It increases the tune break boost of characters in the team by 40 points for 30 seconds. This attack also leaves a pool of paint on the ground, which inflicts tune rupture or tune strain shifting on enemies nearby depending on the resonance mode you have set for Lynae. For most of the teams, it is preferred to use the tune rupture mode. Only for Luke, you need to switch it to tune strain mode. Now let's move on to her buffs. One of her major buffs comes from her liberation. It deals damage and gives a team-wide 24% all damage bonus for 30 seconds. After the liberation, using normal attack makes her yeet her bike, dealing damage, which can be skipped most of the time. The next major buff is from her outro skill that gives 15% all damage amplify and 25% liberation damage amplify, which gets removed after 14 seconds or when the buffed character is swapped out. Her buffs are very universal, making her one of the best sub DPS in this game. For her talent priority, prioritize a forte, then resonance liberation, basic attack, and lastly followed by resonance skill and intro skill which can be skipped. Moving on to her weapons. As a sub DPS, Lynae wants weapons that buffs her damage and also buffs the team. And the perfect fit for this is the signature Spectrum Blaster that gives 24.3% crit rate. From its passive, it increases attack by 12%, gives 36% basic attack damage bonus, and gives 8% damage increase to all resonators in the team, which stacks up to 3 times, that is a total of 24%. But her signature is not a must pull cause there are other great options. The next best option you can use is the old standard banner weapon Static Mist. It does hurt Lynae's personal damage, but it makes up for it by buffing the next character. The new standard banner weapon Phasic Homogenizer is the second best option when it comes to damage, but worse than the Static Mist when used for sub DPS as it cannot buff the team's damage. The other 5-star signatures can be used as grid statistics, and for some 4-star options you can refer to this chart. Moving on to her echoes. The best echo set for Lynae is the new set Pact of Neon Light Leap. It gives 10% spectral damage bonus from the 2-piece effect, and the 5-piece effect gives 15% attack to the next resonator and up to 15% more attack based on the tune break boost. For characters before 3.0, Lynae can give them up to 27% attack, and for 3.x characters, they can get 30% attack. And the best echo skill is Havetia, a summon type echo that can be used anywhere in your rotation, giving 10% all attribute damage bonus to the next resonator. You can use the Moonlit set with the Impermanence Heron Echo skill as a placeholder if you don't have access to this set yet. For main DPS Lynae, the best echo set is the Rite of Gilded Revelation, giving up to 40% spectral damage bonus and 40% basic attack damage bonus, which is great for Lynae. For echo stats, crit on the 4 cost, double spectro on the 3 cost, or a combination of 1 spectro and 1 attack, and attack percent on the 1 cost. For her echo substats, try to get enough energy regen around 15 to 25%, then crit stats, attack percent, basic attack damage bonus, and flat attack. Moving on to her team comps. Lynae is extremely flexible and a great general support thanks to her all-rounder buffs, but she synergizes the most with characters that deal resonance liberation damage, cause she buffs it from her outro. She is the best support for Ameth as she deals huge amounts of liberation damage. Ameth along with Lynae can deal massive tune rupture damage. She is also the best with Yuno, Shang Liao and Kalkaro who also deal liberation damage. As of now, since Luke doesn't have a dedicated support yet, Lynae is his best option. Just make sure to switch her mode to Tune Strain when using her with Luke. Lynae can also be used with DPS Phoebe as she doesn't have any dedicated support. She is also the best supports with Carlotta and Camellia due to her very high general buffs. And I'm pretty sure she will find more usage with the future Lahairoi characters. And for the third slot, she synergizes the most with Morne due to the tune break mechanics, but she is not a must as Shorekeeper can give a close performance. If you want to use her as main DPS, just pair her with a basic attack damage buffers like Sanwa. Moving on to her rotations. Lynae's rotation is extremely simple. We start with her intro into her liberation, then use her skill to fill her forte, charge the attack, jump 3 times, press basic attack for visual impact and outro. You can use the echo skill anywhere in her rotation as it doesn't have any animation. There is no room for swap cancels in a rotation as the kaleidoscopic state ends once swapped out. The only thing you can do is swap cancel her resonance skill. And lastly, moving on to her sequences. The first sequence increases the damage multiplier of her polychrome leap attack, which is a jump attack, and increases the pain's duration while also providing crowd control, which is nice. She becomes immune to interruption during her jump attacks and she immediately gains max overflow forte by staying out of combat for 2 seconds, which is great but not needed. Overall, it is a 10% damage increase. Lynae's S2 is really strong. It gives her 25% all damage amplification, which is great, but the best part is her outro giving additional 25% all damage amplification for 14 seconds or until the character is swapped out. The S2 is a good stopping point for sequence pullers. The S3 increases the damage multipliers of some of her attacks. And when Lumiflow is below 120 points, it gives her some stacks that increases the damage of her resonance skill in kaleidoscopic parade state. The S4 and S5 are some raw damage increase. The S6 basically increases the damage of the visual impact by 90%, additionally gives her interruption immune and damage reduction. It further increases the Lumiflow limit. So overall for her sequences, the S2 is a good stopping point. And lastly, some final verdict on Lynae. Lynae is currently the best sub DPS as she can work with multiple characters. She will stay in the meta for a long time. She is very FTP friendly as she does not need a signature to perform well. She has little to no downsides. If I have to point it out, it could be a lack of swap cancel abilities and she can be interrupted sometimes at S0. What do you guys think about Lynae? Let me know in the comments. And that was all for this video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Join my Discord server to hang out with other WoWa players and thanks for watching.